Hi, everyone. Welcome to IRONMAN 70.3 in Monterrey, capital of the Mexican state of Nuevo León, presented by Innova Sport. We are delighted to be celebrating our 10th anniversary of beautiful racing here in this northern Mexican city. My name is Javier Clavero. I'll be your race announcer this weekend. So looking forward to sharing lots of excitement and celebrating you and all your successes when you cross the finish line. Let's take an overlook here, an overview of the schedule. Primarily, we will have our athlete briefing for English-speaking athletes on Saturday at 10 a.m. That will be at Cinemex Center, and that will be also the expo that will be around from 9 a.m. until 3 p.m. at the Cinemex. Also, that will be the main hub where you will be able to pick up your packet, your race packet, also at the same venue. And you will have the athlete briefing, as I said, at 11 a.m. And that will be that athlete check-in and packet pickup will be available until 3 p.m. We'll also have on race day, race starts at 6 a.m. Following the rolling start, and then we will have a cutoff time for the race approximately around 3:20 p.m. with the award ceremony and the slot allocation and roll down for the 2024 Ironman 70.3 World Championships, and that will be at a Crown Plaza Hotel in that will be very close, all within walking distance as from the finish line. So it's a very central races. If you haven't raced here before, especially for the swim, you can actually walk from transition one to the start of the swim is a very easy course to follow. And then I will give you more details as we proceed with this briefing. So your race packet will include the following. It will have obviously your race bib number, your bike number, as well as the sticker number sheet for your helmet and bags, swim card, and your athlete wristband. We will also have your timing chip, and you must pick up your timing chip after you get your competitor package, and that will be a separate line also in the same venue. You will also receive your official backpack, a couple of bags, white and blue, and I explain what you need them for, and also your bike checkout tickets that will be made available for any companion should you need any support in picking up your bike after the race. Take note, the athlete wristband is treated as your accreditation. That will be, it will have your number, and this wristband will identify you as an official participant. It also allows you, obviously, to access to the rolling start, transition area, and all competition venues, including the post-recovery area. Please do not remove your wristband before you're picking up your finisher T-shirt. And then it would also, you could identify some local retailers that will have attractive discounts and promotion across the city of Monterrey. And just a note here, you will be able to pick up your race packet, as I mentioned, by 3 p.m. on Saturday, April 13. For those of you wishing to do a practice swim, acclimatize yourself with the water conditions, that will be made available on Saturday, one day before the race, between 6 a.m. and 7:45 a.m. at the Santa Lucia River. That will be around at the Earrings Fountain. That will be where the race day will start, where the race day start will be. During the scheduled practice swim, always follow the instruction of water safety personnel and make sure that you wear a black color swim cap. Only athletes, registered athletes in the race will be allowed to participate in the practice swim. They will have completed first the athlete check-in process on Friday in order to participate, and they will need to bring their racing chip at all times, be wearing that one at all times during the practice swim. So for those of you who will be picking up your race packet later in the day, that means group 3 and 4, chips will be available on site. So make sure that you bring an official piece of identification with you, because no chip, there will be no practice. And take note, there will be no official transportation from host hotels to the swim practice. So athletes are only able to swim in the Santa Lucia River during the practice sim on Saturday and the swim course on Sunday. Okay, so take note of that. These are your only windows where you will be allowed to swim in this river. When cycling, please, this is also some advice before race day. Please do it inside this Parque Fundidora, observing the following speed schedule. And that will be at 12.5 miles an hour. So you're looking at 20 kilometers per hour, Monday to Friday between 6 and 9:30 a.m. The remaining of the day, you can still cycle, but that'll be at a lower speed. The riding on the weekends is also allowed, but also under the speed of 12 miles per hour, 20 kilometers per hour, and you will not be able to ride your ride with a bare torso. Switching now to the bike check-in, you can see here on the screen the various groups that we'll have from 1 to 4, with obviously the first all world athletes will have the ability to check in at any time between 9:30 a.m. all the way to 3:30 p.m. No official transportation to the bike check-in that will be in front of the government palace, and that will be your transition to the Esplanada de los Héroes or Microplaza. So take note of your group so you will be able to check in at the appropriate time on Saturday. Just a reminder, the bicycle will remain overnight, so you will not bring your bike race day, and they will not be permitted on race day. Cycling shoes may be left in transition area on Saturday and must be clipped or attached to the bicycle. Otherwise, they will be placed inside a gear bag. So we don't want any loose gear on the ground to the bicycles. And just to note also, the bike tech teams will be available, and bikes are not allowed to exit transition. In the event that you're unable to personally pick up or claim your bike and gear, a family member or companion must provide a copy of their photo ID along with a signed ticket to claim their athlete's gear. As a precaution, give the ticket to a family member or friend prior to the race. So even if you intend to pick up your bike, and again, you have that window between 11:30 a.m. up until 3:50 p.m. to pick up your bicycle. So this is an overview of both swim, bike, and run. We just kind of will break it down through different sections of the race, but just to have an idea where the race will be actually with the finish at the core, downtown Monterrey. So it'll be very scenic for you to really enjoy this downtown race, obviously with the ability to see a lot of that of this one of the major cities in Mexico. Well, Ironman Monterrey, Ironman 70.3 Monterrey is delighted to be part of the Tri Club. Like any Ironman race, it's a free program, and every athletes can earn age group points or ranking points that are credited towards their overall Tri Club divisional ranking. Those divisions are determined by the size of the club. The smallest ones under 25 athletes, going all the way to over 300 in Division 1. So take a note of that. And so if you're participating this weekend in Monterrey, we want to have your club well represented. We will have obviously a club awards also during this race. We'd also like to welcome all world athletes, and this is an Ironman program is our way of rewarding age group athletes, hard work, dedication, and performance across Ironman and Ironman 70.3 racing in the previous calendar year. These athletes need to be within the 10% of their or better in the age group each calendar year. So you will see those athletes wearing this logo. So we'd like to welcome those primarily qualified as all world athletes in the 70.3 distance, and also those who are also all world athletes for both the 70.3 and the full Ironman distance. Just take a note of that. Please take a note of your group, because we want you are not allowed to attend a group other than the one day selected for the bike check-in. On race day, you will be using 2 bags. Primarily, the first one is an optional. That's where you will put all your race morning clothes. whatever you're bringing that you're not going to use during the race, there will be, you can hang it directly at your rack, the transition area in front of government pallets, anytime between 4:20 a.m. and 5:35 a.m. prior to the start. Make sure that all the articles that you're bringing fit in this white bag, and we highly recommend not to obviously bring any valuables like cell phones or any electronic devices, AirPods or watches. So there will be no gear bag check at the start line area. So make sure that you leave it in your rack place right there so you can pick it up at the end of the race. And also there's going to be the blue bag, and it's the one that you will put all what you use in the swim, primarily swim cap, goggles, your towel, and that you will leave it there. And also you can leave it exactly at your bike rack from where you remove your bicycle at transition zone. So make sure that all your gear is mainly marked with your number, a name, a number, and that must be included in the metal fit in the bag. So take note of that, and there will be a sticker with your number sheet available as well for you to attach it to this bike or the blue bag. Just an overview here of relays and how they will be positioned during the transition at the bike check-in. So each relay member is welcome to enter the general recovery area after the finish line. After they finish their respective segment, whether it's a swim, the bike, or the run. So take note that each relay member is responsible, must collect their own T-shirt and finisher medal. It is strictly forbidden for O3 or O2 to cross the finish line. Only the runner is allowed to cross the finish line. So take note of that, and there will be a specific recovery area at this after the end of each segment. And of course, the runner will join the general recovery area right after the finish line. So certainly we want, in order for this race to be successful, first and foremost, we want this race to be safe for everyone involved, athletes, volunteers, everyone involved in this race. So our safety, your safety is our primary concern. So we'll have the support of the medical facilities at OCA Hospital. Medical resources will also be available while you're out on the course. So just a quick takeaway, folks, from this message is do not be afraid to ask for help. If you're feeling unwell, we urge you to seek help rather than just continue, and you will not be receiving a penalty or disqualified for receiving a medical evaluation. So, and this does not constitute outside assistance, so do not be afraid to ask for help. Should you need it, we want to make sure that this is a safe race for you. So a couple of other tips while on the swim. If you feel unsafe and feeling that you need some help, well, raise and wave your hand. There will be personnel during the course of the swim course, and you can simply say help, and that will be, you can certainly cling to a kayak or a paddleboard, so they will be able to help you in case you need it. And during the bike, if you happen to be at an aid station, let someone know you're in need of medical help. If you're not near the medical help, stop and let someone know that you need medical help, and make sure you provide your bib number so that we can start that assistance if you can. During the run, same thing as the bike. If you happen to be at an aid station, let someone know you're in need of medical help. And but regardless, no matter what it happens on the course, you stop. Anyone can help, whether it's a volunteer, a fellow athlete, the staff vehicle. So make sure that also you have that bib number visible so that they can provide any help that might come. Again, that will not be considered outside assistance. You will not be disqualified or receive any penalty for assisting a fellow athlete in a medical need. So if you encounter that and you're in a position to help, please do so, especially on the bike and the run course. Make sure that you provide the bib number of the athlete that needs help so that we can make necessary arrangements. But after you finish the race, if you feel please do not leave the post race area, the recovery area, until you're able to drink, feel comfortable, and stand without any dizziness and feel okay. If you're not feeling well, just come to the medical tent to be evaluated by the medical team and before leaving the recovery area. Again, safety is first and foremost. We can actually look for these and other tips on ironman.com/athlete smart. So to make sure there's tips on how to really be safe pre-race and during competition. Switching now to the first segment of the triathlons, the swim course, 1.2-mile swim, 1,900 meters, point to point. It starts at the Santa Lucia River inside Parque Fundidora and finishes beside the Mexican History Museum. The course is point to point. The water visibility is 100%. Big buoys and underwater signs will be placed at the 0.3-mile mark. That's about 500 meters into the swim, at around 1,000 meters, and also at 1,500 meters for your reference, with the smaller buoys along the course. And again, the rolling start will go at 6 a.m. Athletes will be held at their bike rack until morning, until they're called out to a staging pen, depending on the 9 estimated swim times below. It's about a 20-minute walk, folks, from transition when you leave your bike. Actually, there's only one transition here, all the way to the swim start. So we will call you, and then when you're ready to make your way, so that we can organize athletes according to their expected finish time, and you look at those 9 pre-swim corrals marked with the estimated time, anywhere between under 27 minutes for the faster swimmers and over 50 for corral number 9 and number 9 for the slower swimmers. So stay tuned. We're gonna call you when we're ready, so that we can make it progressive. We can make our way progressively to the swim start. It's about a 20-minute walk, easy walk from transition to the start of the swim. So this is an overview of the swim start, and if you can look here, the various pre-start zones, 9 corrals altogether. So we're going to call you, and 2 of you at any given point will be allowed to enter the water, so that we do that in a safe manner. And again, it's a clear visibility along the course. If you're a poor swimmer, this is the best race too, because it's so easy for the swim. It's really very suitable for those who are not as comfortable in the water. So here's the overview from the Santa Lucia River. As you can see, the various markers at 500, 1,000, and 1,500 meters, and with the transition, the swim exit as we climb, the stairs to enter just adjacent to the Mexican Museum of History. Now switching to the bike course, it starts in front of the State Government Palace and Macro Plaza, Juan Suazua Avenue, and finishes at the exact same point. It's 2 laps, 28 miles each for the 50-mile bike ride, 90 kilometers. Upon leaving transition area at Zaragoza Avenue, you're going to turn left on Ignacio Morones Prieto Avenue, and you keep going after the Aztecas Bridge, cross to Constitution Avenue until you get to the U-turn. It's about close to 5 miles on the same body of the avenue, preferably divided on both sides of the bike. You will continue towards Constitution Avenue, returning at Gonzalitos Bridge, then Ignacio Morones Prieto Avenue, then Juan Suazo Avenue, then left at Washington Street, and finally left at Zaragoza Avenue. The second lap is identical to the first lap, and we'll be able to show that on the map. As you can see here, if you see the smaller picture, that's the arrow to the left. That's where you are coming from transition. You eventually make it to Ignacio Morones and start your loop, and you will continue out and back, and you see the bike course here, and then all the way you go back, and then around the 25-mile mark, you will be heading back to transition. And as you can see here, the smaller picture, the arrow that takes you, there's another left turn, and you go back again to Justimo Juan Suazua, just to get back to complete the first lap, and the second is exact identical. Look at the various aid stations and various mile and kilometer markers you have along the course. The bike course will have a cutoff time for an hour and 10 minutes in the water, and the bike course will close 5 hours and 30 minutes after the last athlete starts to swim. So anyone still on the bike after the cutoff time will be disqualified and will not be permitted to continue in the race. For those athletes who have not finished their first bike lap around 28 miles prior to 10 a.m., you will not be able to proceed to your second lap on the course due to the cutoff time. And again, as an Ironman 70.3 race, there will absolutely be no drafting behind any other bike or any other vehicle. So side-by-side riding is absolutely not allowed. You need to just ride in single file, keeping the distance. Will show that distance, the allowed distance in a moment. You can only really, only when you're you basically you will be riding on your far side of the road, except when you are actually passing another rider. For Dix wheels, folks, you're allowed to use it at Ironman 70.3. However, should there be a change in weather conditions that prevent their use, you'll be informed of the on-site athlete briefing in Monterrey. So it's the responsibility of each athlete to bring an alternate wheel in the event that these wheels are prohibited during the weekend due to the weather. And for safety reasons, these positions are prohibited. Just an overview of what may be causes for disqualification, especially, or penalties rather: a blue card, a 5-minute time penalty. That's for a drafting violation. Littering violation is also a 5-minute that must be served in a penalty tent on the bike course, and any blocking violation will result in a yellow card on a 30-minute time penalty. Any combination of 3 blue cards will result in disqualification. And again, no outside assistance allowed. And again, if you want to litter something, do that at the next penalty box. Do not throw anything outside the official aid station. And again, no authorized or unauthorized equipment allowed, like cell phones, MP3s, and no cameras. So take note of that as well. And again, as a general rules, as I mentioned, no individual support allowed from family or friends. Neutral support will be available. Shirt will be worn on the bike and the run course. No cameras, phone cameras allowed or at any point. The bib number you must wear it during the run on the run course. And if you decide to drop out of the race, let a race official know immediately and turn in your time and chip. And again, no family or friends allowed to cross the finish line with you. So this is an overview of what to do and what not to do. You have 25 seconds to overtake a cyclist, and you make sure you keep that 12-meter gap. And if you're unable to do so, we just go back and observe, keep that 12-meter gap between you and the rider in front. The run course, it's a paved throughout, mostly flat with some stairs. It starts at the front of the government plaza, and then when you leave transition the run course turns right, the Santa Lucia River Walk. Runners return to the run start, where they will complete the first 2 laps. Car access will be totally restricted in the running course. The entire course will mark every mile and every 5 kilometers, with the finish at Esplanada de los Héroes, or Heroes Esplanade, and Macroplaza Monterrey. As a reminder, this race will close 8 hours and 30 minutes after the last age group athlete starts the swim. Runners still on the course after that time will be given the opportunity to unofficially finish the race upon the sole discretion of the organizers and public authorities. So athletes who have finished outside before the cutoff time, but have finished in time of more than 8 hours and 30 minutes, will be considered an NC. That means they will not be considered non-competitive, will not be eligible for any age group awards or Ironman 70.3 World Championships. Just in terms of switching back to the running part, these are some models that are prohibited as of February 2023. So take note of that. These models are not allowed for Ironman triathlon racing. So this is an overview of the run course, and then it's a two-loop, identical loops. The first 10.5 or close, just over 6 miles, and then we'll do another loop to complete the full 13-mile run, the half marathon, the last segment of the triathlon. Again, just as a reminder, is recapping cutoff times: an hour 10 minutes after the swim, 5 hours and 30 minutes with the combined swim and bike times. And then obviously these athletes who fail to complete that distance before the cutoff time will receive a DNF, or did not finish. And again, the overall cutoff time for all 3 segments will be 8 hours and 30 minutes from the minute you step on the mat to mark the start of your swim. Aid stations for the bike will have 4 on-course aid stations, and you will see at mile number 12 almost, 24, 39, and 52. So athletes will remain well fueled during the course of the race. There will be a regular formula, Gatorade, water, ice, bananas, and fuel to go. And there will be portable toilets and an opportunity to discard any items that you do not need. Water bottles will be exchanged at aid stations, and they will be prepared by volunteers. They do not cross that yellow line. They will basically, bikers will come to them. For aid stations, they will be obviously serve, so meaning that the runners will grab and go, and there will be approximately 8 stations every kilometer with a regular Gatorade, water, Pepsi, gel to go, ice, tangerines, peanuts, pretzels, and sunblock cream. So there's the full opportunity there to be well supported, to have an aid station at almost every kilometer. And if you have family or friends following your performance in Monterrey, you could ask them to download the Ironman Tracker. Is the official real-time athlete tracking for select Ironman and Ironman 70.3 races. You'll see interactive maps, estimated finishing times, updates on social media. Is great. They will be able to stay in tune with your performance in Monterrey. And folks, as a reminder, because I've seen that in other races, only athletes allowed to cross the finish line. No family members, anyone joining an athlete at the finish line as a companion, that will result in automatic disqualification to the athlete. So please, we want to make sure that it's a safe environment for everyone, and you can proceed with the celebration after you cross the finish line at the area assigned for that. So this is an overview, folks, of the entire race of primarily, when you finish the water at Santa Lucia River, this is transition area. And as you see here to my left, you will have the finishing chute, the finish line for this 10th anniversary race of Ironman 70.3 Monterrey. The recovery area, there will be lots of opportunities when you finish. You pick up your official medal and t-shirt. There will be Gatorade, water, banana, orange, and a bottom pizza. Make sure that you also collect your finisher t-shirt. If you're registered before March the 14th, pick up your personalized finisher diploma as well. This is your second, third, fourth, or fifth Ironman event in Mexico since 2023. Don't forget to pick up your additional finisher medal to form your M. Supremo. And again, you can follow us on Ironman Mexico and Ironman Latin America. For the awards, that will be held on the same day as the race, April 14th, Sunday at 6 o'clock at the Crown Plaza Hotel. The first 5 places of each category of age groupers, and the first 3 for relays, and the best 3 of 5 track clubs will be awarded. Please make sure that you wear your wristband prior to the ceremony, or you will be denied entry. Immediately after the awards, we'll proceed with the slot allocation and roll down for the Ironman 70.3 World Championships this year to be held mid-December in New Zealand. We will have 30 regular slots plus another 15 under the Women for Try extra slots. In order for you to claim your slot, you have to be in person. And also, you have to prepare to pay only with a credit card, no cash accepted, and registration costs $780 US. So make sure to maybe two forms of credit card payment in case the first one is declined. Payment must be received at the ceremony in order for you claim your World Championship slot. If there's any lost and found items, again, race staff will take all the items to the official store. And again, the organizers are not responsible for any lost objects. If there's anything luggage related, you can certainly connect that with your airline. Thank you so much for your joining us. Thank you so much for your trust in Monterrey, for your race on your adding Monterrey on your race calendar. Muchas gracias. I'm looking forward to seeing you and enjoy the race.